All right, ladies, opened my door today, saw this box sitting there. Let's get it open and see what it is. I'm assuming it's for the Corvette, which I have sitting outside. It's the custom car wash. There we go. Never done this one-handed. Oh, it's a box. Inside of a box. How convenient. Oh wow, look at that. Looks like we got our exhaust, boys. Well, hell yeah, brother. Looks like we got our exhaust for the C6. Let's get this bad boy pulled out of here. Try not to bend all the tabs in the process. Oh yeah. Clamps, look at that. 16-piece X-pipe, all right. So, a lot of you guys are probably wondering after reading the title, why would you buy a $150 eBay exhaust for a Corvette? Well, here's why. The Cook's X-pipe is $500 or $600. I'm cheap. This is a straight pipe exhaust. It's an X-pipe, straight pipes, no mufflers, nothing. I didn't see the need to spend $500, $600. It seemed like a waste. If these welds are garbage, maybe it's not a waste, but I think these welds are gonna be fine. We're gonna take a look at them in a second. And if they are, then I consider this buy a great buy. So let's jump in here and see if I made a great buy or not. My one-handed knife skills need a little improvement. Oh, we're running out of battery. But you know, that doesn't look terrible. That doesn't look bad at all. I'm gonna get these out of here. All right, so I got them out, and before the camera battery dies, let's go over these welds. So it's gonna be hard to focus in here. I'm no professional welder, but for what I'm gonna use these for, these welds seem fine. I think they're good. I think I made a good buy. What do you guys think? Good buy? eBay X-pipe? 150 bucks compared to 500-600 bucks. I don't know, let's get it on the car and see how it sounds. So after a few minutes of dicking with the headers, or I don't know why I said headers. So after a few minutes of dicking with the X-pipe, I got it all together. I got the clamps on there, but they're not tight. I'm gonna get it on the car, move them around, and then tighten them. So let's get the Corvette pulled in, get the back jacked up, and get this X-pipe on. But first, here's a comparison. Stock X-pipe, new 3-inch X-pipe. So, there it is. Hopefully it bolts right up. So I did just run into one small issue with this cheap eBay exhaust. The X-pipe. The X-pipe didn't come with these, the hardware to plug the O2 bungs. I actually got this at O'Reilly's. It was $9 or $10. They only had one, and I figured, hey, I'll save myself, you know, 20 bucks with the other two holes and use the old O2 sensors and then snip the wires for the time being, check on eBay or I don't know, or the hardware store and see if I can find bolts that aren't $10 a piece to plug up these other two. But for now, I'm just gonna run these O2 sensors, snip the wires, and those will plug those holes for the time being. So far, that's the only thing negative I have to say about this exhaust, is it doesn't come with the hardware to plug the holes. But in the eBay company's defense, I'm sure they're planning on you using probably a wideband in the front and two O2 sensors in those ports. So it makes sense they didn't include bung plugs. Just accidentally took a nap on the couch. Took a little break from the Corvette and accidentally fell asleep. But I'm back. It's only been a second for you guys, but just explaining the difference in daylight. But I want to get this done before it gets too dark. So for the next step, I got the exhaust slid under the car. I got the hardware here, right outside of reaching distance. I'm gonna slide that in more. I do have jack stands back there and the jack, so we are safe. I'm gonna slide this stuff under. I'm gonna crawl under and get that bolted up. And the next clip will be a sound clip. All right, so the exhaust is finally on after a couple hours. The bolts that came with the exhaust ended up being too short. The only bolts I had were too long, so I had to make spacers basically for the bolts for the exhaust. That took a little bit of engineering, but I think we're good to go now. Let's start it up.